डेलीगेशन उनको एक विजिट खाली करा लेंगे, उसके बाद उनको बिठा को स्पीच शुरू करा लेंगे।
तारुफ चलते रहते अभी दो बैठे सवाल ले
और पूछा तो क्या मेरे लड़ने के सारा क्यों क्या
मीडिया में शादी की बात करते हैं, शादी हुई को मिला
उन्हें नहीं मिला अरे जा पूछा तो की को क्या
नहीं, शादी हुई को मिला, सिर्फ शादी हुई
ट्रैक भी दे
मीडिया का इनके इल्म में रहना साला वाले की दो दल दो के थोड़े तुम्हें को साल लगा मैं परमिशन दे
पहले आप क्यों ये करेंगे
खाली इशारा करा लो आसिया नहीं लगा अच्छे
पूरे जगह से बात की सबको कवर करने की जरूरत है। अच्छा सब भी कवर कर रही है बट ये प्रोग्राम ये हमें जो इंटरनल कर रही है वो नहीं कर रही कर रहे ना करेंगे तो आपकी सवाल पे बहुत जरूरी है लेकिन हमारे दिल में सब पूरे मिला मीडिया वाले
पांच बिल्कुल जरूर शादी निकट बेटा है उनका कैसे हो पांच कितने दिन
वो आके मुझे फोन करते हैं उनको पता हो आप एक फोन क्या बोलो उनके बारे में
उनको बोलो भाई। कौन के अंदर प्रेस वाले बिना इजाजत के अंदर दिवस नहीं शादी
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد ان سيدنا وسندنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله الذي أرسل بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير وقال تعالى في موضع آخر يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم النكاح من سنتي وقال فمن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا معشر الشباب من استطاع منكم فليتزوج إلى آخر الرواية صدق الله مولانا العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين جزا الله عنا محمدا ما هو أهله صلى الله عليه وسلم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. आज मकाम मस्जिद नूर यतीम खाने में तय पाया जाने वाला निकाह जिसकी नौशा शेख मोहम्मद मुदस्सिर शेख अलीमुल्लाह साहब जिनका अक्द तय पाया है ये सूफिया खानम बिनती अली खान के साथ इस निकाह की वकालत रऊफ खान बिन हुसैन आलम खान साहब की वकालत गवाह अव्वल महबूब बादशाह बिन मोदीन साहब गवाह सानी इमरान बादशाह बिन रऊज बादशाह साहब इन दोनों गवाहों की गवाही और इनकी मौजूदगी में वकील की वकालत रऊफ खान बिन हुसैन आलम खान की वकालत महर बशकले ज़ेवर महर मुअज्जल की बड़ी वज़ जिसकी कीमत 2,14,000 है महर मसुल्ले महर बशकले ज़ेवर महर मुअज्जल की बड़ी वज़ जिसकी कीमत 2,14,000 है मैं नौशा शेख मोहम्मद मुदस्सिर बिन शेख कलीमुल्लाह हाज़िरीन मजलिस की रूबरू दो गवाहों की गवाही और उनकी मौजूदगी वकील की वकालत की तस्दीक करते हुए मैं आपका निकाह पढ़ाता हूँ यल सूफिया खानम बिनती अली खान के साथ कि आपने महर मशहूरा बशक्ल ज़ेवर महबूब बादशाह इमरान बादशाह इन दोनों गवाहों की गवाही और नूर खान की वकालत की तस्दीक करते हुए इन सूफिया खानों को अपनी ज़ौजियत में अपने निकाह में माना और रफ्ते के कबूल किया। क्या आपने इन सूफिया खानों को हाजिर मजलिस के रूबरू दो गवाहों की गवाहियों की मौजूदगी वकील की वकालत की तस्दीक करते हुए इन सूफिया खानों के को अपनी ज़ौजियत में अपने निकाह में माना और रफ्ता के कबूल किया? गौर से सुनिए, क्या आपने इन सूफिया खानों बिन्त अली खान को अपनी ज़ौजियत में माना और रफ्ता के कबूल किया?
इंग्लिश में सबको बुला लेते हैं और इंग्लिश में बुला
ये पहले आप वॉलंटियर्स को बोला था
पहले एक साथ बिठा लो पहले।
उर्दू में।
हमारे जो वॉलंटियर्स हैं उनसे गुजारिश है कि अगर मेहमान स्नैक्स से फारिग हो गए तो गुजारिश है कि वो मस्जिद में उनको लेकर आ जाए, उनको आगे बिठाएं, आप लोग पीछे बैठो, उनको आगे बिठाएं, आप लोग पीछे बैठे। गुजारिश है प्रोग्राम
हाँ
अल्लाह अकबर शुरू कर लो।
नहीं मुस्तम नमाज है नहीं, उन्हें ऑब्जर्व कर रहे थे, छोड़ो।
हाँ नहीं सकता है। एक तरफ तो है, दूसरी तरफ तेरा नबी है, दोनों के दरमियान कोई फर्क नहीं है। अल्लाह दो तरीकों के दरमियान वो कैसे हो सकता है? अल्लाह को
शुरू नमाज का तरीका जल्दी में
नहीं वो इसका दे डालो, कोई बाजू बढ़िया था। होगी दुआ होगी।
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome with Islamic greeting to everybody. Those who are here present as a guest, I request all of them to be seated in the front rows, and I request all the volunteers to assist them where to be seated. All the volunteers are here to assist our guests? Yes. Now we will be having all the volunteers. I request them to assist all the guests to make sure they are comfortable and sits in the front row. Hey, Himad bhi, ladies नीचे आ रही हैं क्या पूछो? आ रही हैं? There are 5 pillars of Islam. One is a tashahhud and second is a namaz. Now, namaz is a ritual prayer. It is essential for our daily worship in connection with Allah. Salat. There are 5 pillars of Islam. The second pillar is called as Salat in Islam. So it is crucial to understand both its action and its meaning. Here is the practical guided to help you understand and perform the namaz. We will be practically performing here to understand what is how it is been to help you understand the namaz. To understand the basic, namaz is an Islamic prayer that consists of a specific movement and the recitation. It is performed 5 times a day. The first is performed at the Fajr, that is before dawn. It consists of 2 rakahs, it's called an 1 unit. Zohar, it is exactly after the noon, 12 o'clock. After that, it is 4 unit, it is called an Zohar. And late before the evening, it is called an Asr, where we are going to have an 4 rakats, that is 2 units. Maghrib exactly after the sunset, and Isha late in the evening. Each prayer is consists of 2 things. That is, one is action, the second one is recitation. The action consists of standing, the bowing, that is called an ruku, the third is called sajda, that is prostration, and fourth is tashahhud. To understand each of the things, we will be going to practically demonstrate how that is and what are the benefits of spiritually and healthy. Well, the recitation is consisted of the verses of the Quran and the zikr of the glory of the Almighty. For one to do the salah, there are some preconditions. One is called the purification, that is called an wuzu. I think most of them have been gone through that one. The second one is called, you need to have a place where everything is being clean, the places where it is being performed. Especially sometimes you use a prayer mat or And if you are coming for the masjid, that is an over, it is been take care of all those things. The fourth is called, you have to face the Qibla. The Qibla, it is been called, it is called an Qibla. To your amaze, and things most of them known or not known, I tell you, in India, you have got a specific direction of this Qibla. Everybody will be performing throughout India in the same direction, the direction of the Kaaba. It is usually in the west in India. So if you go throughout India, it is not even in single angle is deviated from this Qibla. That is why it is called an Qibla. It can be guided through modern days of compass, or it is every masjid, this is been called an Qibla where we stand and the Imam leads the prayer. Now the physical action. What is the physical action and how it is going to be? We will be helping a team of people from our side who will be coming up and demonstrating to you what is the namaz and how it is going to be. Actually, they have faced you, but usually the namaz is faced on the Qibla. Just to understand the guest, we are just facing you to have a view of it, what it is been exactly. We start with the namaz by saying an Allahu Akbar. This is the standing position. It is called an Qiyamah. While standing, before that standing, we'll just make a niyat of whichever the salat it is. Either it is an Zohar, Fajr or Maghrib or Isha, whatever be it is, we'll just make an intention that is called a niyat. So right now we have been just taken niyat and we have taken the first step as in namaz, and we have just stand in front of the Almighty by saying Allahu Akbar with the kind of this position. What will happen? The next is, we'll take first surah from the Quran that is called an Surah Fatiha. We're going to recite the Surah Fatiha. In every unit, in every namaz, it is compulsory that you should read Surah Fatiha. That is, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. We say Ameen. To help you understand what I have read, I'll just go through the translation. In the name of the Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate. Praises to the Allah, land of all the worlds, the most merciful, the most compassionate, master of the day of the judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those who have received your graces, not of those who have brought down the wrath upon themselves, not of those who have gone astray. After reciting the Surah Fatiha, we'll take any 3 verses from the Quran. The Quran has got 30 paras, that is called an parts. After that, we have got 114 chapters, that is called surahs. In the 114, we have got 6,666 verses. In any of these verses, they may recite any 3 of verses. After that, we'll go to the ruku, that is the next part of the namaz. We'll say Allahu Akbar. This is called an ruku, and we bow down with a straight back, straight and head, and align with your back and the hands on the knee, and we recite Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. This is recited 3 times. Glory to my Lord and to the most great. This is an submission to the Almighty in this form. The next is, it's called an standing. We say Sami Allahu liman hamida. We get up and we say that one. All hears to the one who praised that one. So the next part we'll just going to the sajda, that is by saying Allahu Akbar. We go down to the in prostration, place your forehead, nose, both the palms and the twist, and we say Subhana Rabbiyal Ala. Glory is to the my Lord, the Most High, 3 times. After doing this, again what we'll do, we say Allahu Akbar. We sit in and it take a break for this one, and the second prostitution, matlab second sajda, we also go and take a form of the second sajda, that is say Allahu Akbar, and we go to the sajda. Again we say Subhana Rabbiyal Ala 3 times. Sajda is in position where it is most immense spiritual reward. But others wide range of physical benefits. The physical benefit of sajda include the blood circulation, the spiritual health, joint flexibility, and the digestive system. In this part of the sajda, I just wanted to make you note of that. The most of the circulation of your blood goes through your brain, where it is consumed most of the oxygen, and you will have an pressure and closeness to the Almighty. We say Allahu Akbar. This is called an jalsa, where we sit. What we are doing, it is sitting. After the prostitution, and say, we'll sit in the jalsa, and then we recite testification. I testify what it is. We say, At-tahiyyatu lillahi was-salawat. I just come up to this one. All the greetings, the praise and the good things are for the Allah. Peace be upon you, O Prophet, and the mercy of the Allah and His blessings. Peace be upon us and upon the righteous servants of the Allah. I bear witness. So it is, you just lift your finger and say, I bear witness that Ashhadu, I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and he is his messenger. This completes an namaz with this rakat. So after that, what will be, we are just heading towards the completion of the prayer. After the tashahhud, we'll just turn our head towards your right and towards your left, saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace and mercy be of Allah upon you. To the right side, this will mark to the right side of every species and everything, whatever be. While we ending that namaz, we say that all the pieces and everything to all the people who are on to my right, and we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to the left, to the everybody over here. I hope this is the end of our prayer. There are so many things which has been taken care of, and I think there are so many questions or something is there. We love to just hear you, and we love to clarify whatever be the doubts if you have in a question and answer sessions. You can write it. Jazakallahu khair. Thanks for listening for me and patiently. Next, I'll call up Mr. Jawad to take care of it.
A very good afternoon to everybody present here. We are thoroughly delighted, and it's a little difficult to express in words how happy we are, how grateful we are to all of you who came here, took your time out, and this is a step towards universal brotherhood and love. It's an expression of love, a demonstration of tolerance, and I really congratulate you for that. Thank you so much. Am I audible to everybody? Shwir karna. I hope your experience and the tour of the Masjid was pleasant enough, yes? And I'd really wish that this session would be interactive, and I would be interacting with all of you on a lot of topics. Was it pleasant? Yes? Thank you so much for the acknowledgement. Well, let me begin by letting you know the objective of our gathering today is just to show you, to share the Islamic culture with you and our belief system, and that's the very objective of the speech as well. I am going to be talking about 5 points, and if you have any questions, please save them for the end of the lecture. To begin with, respect for humanity, a universal message of empathy, justice, and equality. Well, I believe these are the kind of traits every human being has in himself or herself as an inbuilt quality. It reminds me of a small incident that happened with me. I have my daughter who was about 3 years old, and I was offering prayers, and I was talking to Almighty, and I was crying while I was praying to Almighty. My daughter came running to me. She wiped my tears, has no idea why I'm crying, and she said, "Abu, rono ko abu, wo dilasa de rahi hai mujhe," And I was surprised because I am a trainer. I train people on customer service and a lot of concepts of empathy and behavioral aspects for leadership. And I train people on how to empathize and the concept of empathy, the difference between empathy, sympathy, and apathy. I was surprised. It was a wake-up call at that moment. I teach so much of empathy to the employees of Amazon, yet here I have my daughter who is about 3 years old and did it perfectly, perfect demonstration of empathy, right? And talk about justice and equality. While I'm distributing chocolates, everybody's looking at each other. My younger son is looking at his older sister, whether she got a bigger share or not, whether all of us have equal share, and he demands justice and he demands equality. These sort of traits we have in ourselves inbuilt, and that is respect for humanity. The reason, the concept that is established in Islam, the respect for humanity, goes beyond that. Now, if you imagine this entire, these 4 walls as an art gallery, if you can look around you, you see a lot of posters with a lot of scriptures and verses. Think of them as paintings of an artist, and you're in an art gallery of an artist, a very famous artist, or the best of the artists. What would you think if the best of the best masterpiece, would it be displayed or lost in one of these pieces of art, or would it be exclusive? I request everybody to interact with me. I'd like this to be an interactive session and not like a traditional speech. Yeah? Maybe we can have the volunteers, distribute the mics, whoever wants to respond. I really appreciate that. Okay, we have a mic right up here. If anybody would like to respond or interact, that would be great. Anyone? It's not going to be complicated. It's not going to be like a debate. Just to keep the speech alive. Yeah. Where do you think the masterpiece of an artist, right? Where do you think it would be displayed? It would be center of attraction. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your response. Maybe somewhere here or somewhere where it can catch everybody's attention, right? Now, according to Islamic tradition, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the crown of creation is human being, and the best of creation is human being. And I was going through a recent study, and I've jotted down a few points. The human brain has about 86 billion neurons. and 100 trillion to approximately 1 quadrillion synaptic connections. And if you equate that to the Milky Way, we have about 100 to 400 billion stars. The kind of signals, right, the cosmic interaction, if you look at it, if you equate that to the human brain emerges superior to that. How amazing is that? The son-in-law of the Prophet, the cousin of the Prophet, and the companion of the Prophet, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh, may Allah be pleased with him, stated that there is a bigger world, an inner world. Every human being has an inner world which is bigger than the world that you see outside. That's food for thought. And there is a Quranic verse that I would like to quote before you. And we have certainly honored the children of Adam, right? Now, this honor is not specific to caste, religion, race, color, or any sort of worldly status. It is not specific to anything. Only for the fact that you're a human being and you're a masterpiece. Every one of us is a masterpiece. If you go to, let's say, a market and would like to buy groceries, or let's say fruits, and let's say you're buying some expensive and exotic fruit, you would be very picky, right? Let's take an example of a dragon fruit or the yellow kiwi, the golden kiwi, I'm sorry. Recently I got that for my wife and I was very picky. I wanted to make sure every piece that I'm buying, which is expensive, was perfect, was good, and I kept asking if it is ripe enough, if it is good enough. No, I don't want this one. Bhaiya, ye nahi chahiye, ye chahiye. Nahi, wo do, mujhe wo do. That's how picky I was. Now think of the entire cosmic dance throughout the universe. In terms of size and many other attributes, way superior to human beings. And Almighty picked the human being. Each individual is very special. Is very, very special. Now, like I've mentioned, the honor of a human being is not because of religion, it's because of the fact that we are the grand masterpiece of Almighty. I would like to share a story of the Prophet, and I really want to ask you something. This is a holy place, do you all agree? And if you were to spot somebody wearing boots or shoes inside these four walls, how would you react? I really need you to speak. Everybody. You would object. Thank you. How else would you react? क्या कहेंगे आप कि कोई जूते पहन के अंदर आ गया जी? Could you please somebody pass the mic? Yes. जी आप, I'm not able to hear. It's not switched on. And if you're loud enough, you can just let us know.
It is about hygiene.
I'm sorry, could somebody...
Am I audible?
क्या बोल रहे हैं? बोल दो.
Am I audible? ये और ये दोनों है ना शायद.
We apologize for the inconvenience, everybody.
Audible?
Yes, thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. Could you hold the mic a little closer, please?
Maybe I would say that this is not the right place for keeping the shoes. It's about cleanliness, hygiene, etc.
Right.
It's a place, not a place for the shoes. So we would request them to keep them outside at the right place.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your response. I believe more or less it's the same feeling about any holy place. that you are expected to adhere to certain rules, right?
So
Yes.
you're not respecting the place.
You're
what
not
you love.
respecting the place.
What do you
Lovely.
love for this place?
Now let me take it to the next level. Yeah. How would you feel? This is the most center place where the prayers are led. The demonstration that was shown to you. This is the place where the prayers are led, right? It's a place of prominence. How would you feel if somebody came here and urinated? I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just trying to narrate a story here. And before that, I just want you to feel it. कैसा लगेगा आपको कोई यहाँ आकर यूरिनेट कर दे या पेशाब कर दे? रिएक्शन क्या होगा? मैं सबसे जवाब चाहता हूँ. I request everybody to respond, even the ladies, if you'd like to respond. It's an insult to the place of worship. Yes? How would one react? I'm looking for the reaction.
Hello, am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes, you are, sir. Thank you so much.
Definitely मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा.
तो आप कैसे रिएक्ट करेंगे?
मैं उनको बोलूँगा ये सही नहीं है. आपके लिए if you want to relieve yourself, ease yourself. There are better other places to do
That's
it.
a very matured and humble reaction. How else would people react?
Maybe it is his or her ignorance.
Uh-huh.
We need to educate them.
Right. Okay. Yes, sir. Please.
Thank you.
Let's try some honest reactions.
1 second. Sir, excuse me.
Suleiman,
Father.
here.
What if it is an elderly person who has incontinence and he couldn't control?
That is a different story altogether. That's a very nice observation though. But in this context, it is not an elderly person. It is not a person who's hallucinating. It is an intentional action.
Intention should be the important thing. So
Yeah. So how would you, what would be the reaction?
it is, if the intention is to hurt the feelings of many, then probably it's the wrong intention.
I
He
understand
needs
it's
to be
wrong
reformed.
intention. I
He needs to
understand
be
what the
reformed.
feeling is. What could be the reaction is what I'm saying.
He needs to be reformed psychologically.
Okay. All right. I'm going to reframe my question. उसको ये करना चाहिए, ये है, ऐसा है, not conceptual question, right? I am asking for a very simple reaction. लोग कैसे react करेंगे? All right?
Ideally, people will feel it as an insult.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But the first reaction of anybody around would be to first understand why he did it, and secondly, to actually peacefully reform him, as our brother said, and make him understand that any place of worship is as sacred as anybody's house, where he stays. So anybody insulting that or making it dirty he's dirtying the place, his own house. That is the reaction.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your response. Well,
Ladies, Jawad.
yes.
आओ ज़ैनब. एक वायर को यहाँ ले जाना सामने.
Surprisingly, I'm getting a lot of mature responses, tolerant responses, and honestly, it is surprising. अगर इतनी शांति होती लोगों में, इतनी maturity होती, इतना बर्दाश्त होता, तो बात अलग होती. आज छोटी-छोटी बातों पे दंगे हो जाते हैं ना, right?
ये माइक पकड़ो जो बात कर.
Now, yes. Is there a response from the ladies?
Should speak.
Ji.
Hi, yeah. So I think the answer which you're looking for, pretty much everybody told very mature answers.
Right.
But the first reaction of any person who is very devoted, devotional, and respects a place, they would be very offended and angry probably at them. And that would be the first response, human instinctively,
Very
of a person
nice.
who's religious.
Thank you so much for giving me the response I was looking for. Yes. Ji, all of you are matured adults, and one of the reasons why you are here, you are tolerant people. you're people full of love. ये दलील है आप लोग यहाँ हैं. And I really appreciate that. But the point that I'm trying to bring your focus on is what this lady just said. एक devoted person, एक emotional person, जिसके दिल में बहुत ज़्यादा अहमियत है मज़हब की, प्लेस ऑफ वर्शिप की, और वो कहीं देख ले कि कोई इस जगह जहाँ पे मैं अपना माथा टेक रहा हूँ अपने रब के सामने, and someone is urinating in that place, I would be tremendously offended. I might even get up and try to do mukka maru. That's a natural reaction, like she rightly pointed out. It's a natural reaction, right? It's amazing how Prophet reacted in that time. The companions of the Prophet, this happened in the Masjid al-Nabawi, the first mosque, sorry, not the first, the second mosque in Medina, in the Saudi, present day Saudi Arabia. In Medina, the mosque that was built for the Prophet, where he spent most of his time, a person came in from a different faith, urinated. The companions of the Prophet got up, rushed towards him to probably beat him and stop him. The immediate reaction of the Prophet, they were very obedient companions. Pehla reaction ye tha, let him finish. Don't disturb him. Let him finish. Someone's urinating, if you stop him in between, it's going to be a little difficult to control the bladder, right? So the Prophet's first reaction, let him finish. The second reaction, don't talk to him. I will talk to him. And in the hadith that is narrated, right, when the story is narrated, it's narrated that everybody's faces were pale. They were full of anger. Obviously, as a natural, normal human being, even I would have that, an offended face. How would an offended face look like? Right? Intaqami chehra kaisa hoga? Prophet calmed everybody down, suggested that let him finish. I will talk to him. Itni mohabbat se, itne pyar se, with wearing a smile on his face. Do you know that this is a place of worship? We worship here. We offer prayers here. यहाँ हम लोग नमाज पढ़ते हैं. यहाँ पेशाब की जगह नहीं है. अब बराए करम यहाँ पेशाब मत कीजिए. And with that smile, he was sent off with gifts that melted his heart. Now, it is, some people show a lot of mercy, show a lot of compassion with intentions. What could be the Prophet's intention here? The Prophet understood that this person, right, with such a heinous act, is still the masterpiece of Almighty. He may belong to a different faith, he may disagree with me, from a different religion or caste. Still respect was paid, the due respect was paid, not because he is a Muslim or not. The respect was paid because he is a creation of Almighty. And that every prophet understood. And that's the base of the respect for humanity, especially for we Muslims. The speech here right now, the only intention here is to lay out what the belief system in Islam is and what are the fundamental beliefs that we have. And I would like to close this specific topic with a narration of the Prophet. The best of people are those who are most beneficial to people. Now that is a validation from the Prophet himself. The best of people are those who are the most beneficial to the people. And this is not specific to Muslims or any caste or religion, to the whole of humanity. So the next topic, the next belief, the fundamental belief that we Muslims believe in is divine unity, which is known as Tawheed in Arabic. At the core of our traditions lies a profound truth. There is only one God. This is what the Quran says. He is Allah, the one and only. I'm quoting from the verse. I'm certainly not one of those speakers who remembers all the references, but I do have references right here. And there is a verse from Veda. Truth is one, sages call it by different names. And then Bible quotes, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. So I would like to share a story of Prophet Abraham. Awaz nahi aa rahi? Am I audible or am I not?
You can keep the mic a bit closer to you.
Achha. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. In short, Prophet Abraham was a son of a priest, a high priest. And he started contemplating, looking at things around him. He wanted to get connected, and this curiosity is not new. It is rooted in every human being. If I am an orphan, when I grow up and I get my senses right, when I'm mature enough, I would definitely want to know कि मेरे माँ बाप कौन है. And every human being, it is a longing, desire to know your Creator. And that curiosity, that fire of curiosity in Prophet Abraham, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he started contemplating and looking at things. Now, he looked at the moon and he started thinking, this could be my Lord, my God. And then when he saw the sun, he said, no, the moon is gone. My God cannot just vanish like that. And then he saw the sun bright, the rays of the sun touching every corner of the planet. And you're able to see, the very fact that we're able to see each other, हम लोग एक दूसरे को देख पा रहे हैं, the beauty that we see in the creation is because of the sun. Now when you attribute everything, the trees, the mountains, the seas, the majesticity of the creation, right? And we root it back to the sun, we're able to see all of this, witness all of this because of the sun. It is also the source of all light and the source of life as well, one of the sources of life. So this was the contemplation of Prophet Abraham. He said, the sun could be my God. And when the sun set, he said, something that sets cannot be my God. Then that analogy, he said from his mouth, his words, the one who created all of this is my Lord. So this is the same analogy. When I'm looking at sun, which is shining bright in the sky, and it is most superior to all other creations according to my contemplation and my limited knowledge, I'm going to attribute everything to the sun. Now we know that there are cosmos, the entire cosmic dance, the white holes, the black holes. There's so much that is unexplored. Do I root it back to one entity? Yes, that is the concept that we believe in. So the next belief that we have is Risalat, which is known as prophethood. This is the highest point of authority for all Muslims. And we consider all the prophets as the messengers of God, chosen by the God, and we put our faith and trust in them. We trust the messengers. Now, there is a fundamental question: how would the Creator communicate His will to the humanity or to the human beings? So the concept that is established in Islam is the chain of prophets. Right from the beginning of time, when the world started with Adam and Eve, all the way up until the last person to live on this planet, there has to be a justification of how the creation, specifically the human beings who have the intellect and free will, to connect with the Almighty. How would they do that? They need proof, right? They need proof. And the proof is the chain of prophets, right from Prophet Adam to so many prophets. There are about 28 names that are mentioned in the Holy Quran, and the estimated number is 1,25,000 throughout the course of history. पूरे ज़मानों में अल्लाह ताला ने नबियों को जो भेजा है, उसकी तादाद जो है 1,25,000 बताई जाती है, but it is not a confirmed or verifiable number. The accurate number sirf Allah knows. Now understand, what is the creation and what does Allah want, the Creator want from His creation? The clear message, there are two things: the book of Almighty and the messenger of Almighty. What is the connection here? If you have a complex machinery, you may have come across a lot of bots, robots, to help us with daily errands and so many other things, right? There are movies shooted on these concepts. And have you come across a fact that if a person does not know how to utilize a complex piece of machinery, is it possible कि इसका इस्तेमाल गलत हो? Yes? Is it possible कि इसका इस्तेमाल गलत हो? कि अगर मेरे पास मैनुअल नहीं है, उसका डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ना हो, it is highly possible that I may mess up the machine, my experience, and there were a lot of bots that people have utilized, and even created movies around this, that the bots have taken over the human beings, right? The point that I'm trying to make here, Almighty gave the book as the ultimate law that has to be followed, and how to follow this law was a practical demonstration from the prophets. So the three common objectives of the prophets that we believe is divine unity, that there is one God, and then the prophethood, the way of life is directed from Almighty. जिंदगी गुजारने का जो तरीका है, एक खुदा, और तीसरी चीज मरने के बाद वाली जिंदगी. What is going to happen after you die? Now that brings us the next belief, that is life after death. Now almost every faith has this concept of life after death, right? Now how is it explained in Islam? It is a concept of eternal life and divine justice. Now I want to ask you, in a movie, you saw a thriller movie mein, there is a hero that you've been following for the past 2.5 hours, and towards the end the hero is miraculously killed by someone of his own ally. Uska koi karibi सेना का चीफ होगा. आई एम श्योर ऑलरेडी आप लोग कनेक्ट कर चुके होंगे, बहुत फेमस मूवी है, कि इसने उसको क्यों मार दिया. अभी सोचिए अगर मूवी वहाँ पे एंड हो जाए, सुपर हिट मूवी है, बड़ी अच्छी मूवी थी, सब सही जा रहा था, लेकिन हीरो मर गया. अभी so unsettled. There are so many movies that are unsettled who got very bad ratings only because they were unsettled. क्या आप छोड़ देंगे डायरेक्टर को? With so many people, the entertainment media and so many people around the world wanted to know why did he kill him. So there is a sequel of that movie, right? So there is a sequel of our lives. Even if you catch Hitler, who assassinated more than 500,000 people or 5 million people, what kind of punishment can we give him? Think about it. We have the judiciary system at our disposal. We have the government. Let's say we catch Hitler. क्या सजा दोगे आप जिसने 500,000 लोगों का कत्ल किया? Eye for an eye, qisas, which is known as qisas. Even if you kill him, would that suffice? Would that be equality? What about the rest of the lives? That concept is established here, that there is a never-ending life after we die. That is the true life, the essence of life, where the rewards and the punishment are properly established. And it is divine justice. Now that brings us to a verse in Quran that I would like to quote. Did you think that we created you pointlessly and that you would not be returned to us? The moment anybody dies, we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. That is a Quranic verse that we recite the moment we hear the news that someone has died. We say, from Allah we come and to Him we shall be returned. Right? So the point of accountability here. Are we accountable for what we do when I'm alone, during the nights when nobody's watching me? And am I accountable when I have the power and nobody can question me or stand up against me? Is there accountability? There may not be accountability because you are in power. Your generations are in power. Right? पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी आप सिंहासन पे होंगे और एंजॉय कर रहे होंगे, सप्रेस करके लोगों को, ऑप्रेस करके लोगों को, बट देयर इज अकाउंटेबिलिटी आफ्टर यू डाई. ये तकाजा है इंसानियत का कि जस्टिस हैज टू बी एस्टैब्लिश्ड, एंड दैट इज नॉट बेस्ड ऑन रिलीजन. नाउ द लास्ट बिलीफ दैट आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विथ यू, एंड this is a very interesting one. Now Islamic law, which is known as Sharia, is often misrepresented, and the common notion that we get that it's all about punishment, it's all about killing or stoning somebody to death for a certain crime. Now, what is the ultimate goal of Sharia? The word Sharia often brings up images of punishment or rigidity, but its true meaning is the clear path or the water source is the metaphor that is adopted for this. It is a practical framework that implements all the preceding principles. Islamic law is the constitution of life and wall of protection. Now, I would request the volunteers to distribute the handouts, please. So there is a very interesting case study that I would like you to go through. This was during the 18th century, and I will give you the gist of this case study here. Do we have the case study? Where? Okay. Request the volunteers to distribute it as soon as possible. If you wish, you can read it now or later, but I will give you the gist. कि मैं आपको बता दूंगा इसमें क्या हुआ था. In the city of Muzaffarnagar, कांधला एक जगह है जहाँ पे there was a dispute between two faiths, Muslims and Hindus. The Hindus claim that this piece of land belongs to the Hindu faith and temple has to be built here. And the Muslims claim that this piece of land belongs to the Muslims और ये मस्जिद की जगह है, हमें यहाँ मस्जिद बनानी है. So that conflict was very aggressive, and a fight broke out between the people, between the two sects, and they went to the court. Before they went to the court, to be able to testify the entire matter, they agreed upon one person, and his name is Ilahi Baksh. May Allah be pleased with him. His name is Ilahi Baksh. Even the Hindus were okay to have him as the one who's going to represent the case from both sides and give it, and testify what is the right verdict according to him. Because he was a pious person, he was a truthful person. जब वो गए, a Britisher was appointed as a judge in that court. उनके सामने जब मुकदमा चला, तो Ilahi Baksh Sahab, he was a mufti, the person who was responsible for giving fatwa, interpretation of Islamic law or Islamic jurisprudence. That is the function of a mufti. In the light of Quran and the life of the Prophet, they interpret the Islamic law whenever there is an opportunity that presents itself. In the current times, we have so many societal issues and so many issues, right? It's their function, that's how they function, right? Now, when he कटघरे में जैसे ही वो आए, उन्होंने कहा ये ज़मीन मुसलमानों की नहीं है, ये हिंदुओं की है. ये मुसलमानों ने ज़बरदस्ती कब्ज़ा किया है. All the Muslims were expecting, obviously he is a Muslim and is a mufti and is a scholar, Islamic scholar. Everybody expected him to be biased. And the moment he gave that verdict, everybody was stunned. The Muslims were full of anger, most of them at least. The Hindus rejoiced that justice has been served today. And after the final verdict, the person who was leading the entire court, the judge, wrote in his judgment, the last statement was, today Muslims have lost and Islam has won. That is Sharia. Sharia does not side a specific group of people. And if it does that, it is not Sharia. I hope you will take the time to go through the case study. It is a pretty old case study and it's a famous one. And it's part of a book, The Rise and Fall of Muslims, written by Ali Mian Nadwi Rahmatullah. He was a very broad-minded Islamic scholar. And the last analogy that I would like to present, now what would you call a person who sits on a throne, ठीक है, अपने सिंहासन पे बैठा है और सारे लोगों की ज़िंदगियों को रोका हुआ है, किसी को आगे बढ़ने नहीं देता है, और जो उसको पसंद है, जो उसकी समझ में आता है, उसको आगे बढ़ने देता है. What would you call such a person? Yeah? A tyrant. Thank you so much, sir. I'm not talking about a tyrant. I'm talking about a traffic cop. ट्रैफिक कॉप का काम क्या होता है? सबको रोके रखता है और एम्बुलेंस आ जाए तो छोड़ देता है. कभी पॉलिटिशियंस को साइड देता है, ये बात अलग है. लेट्स टेक इट आउट ऑफ द इक्वेशन फॉर अ मोमेंट. आप सोचिए अगर वो ट्रैफिक कॉप वहाँ ना हो, look at the south end circle signal or silk board wala signal or ITPL. Obviously these are beautiful places where we enjoy the traffic. सोचिए अगर यहाँ पे ये ट्रैफिक कॉप ना हो, क्या हाल होगा हमारा. आप ऑफिस पहुँच पाएंगे या ऑफिस से घर पहुँच पाएंगे? Most people run out of Bangalore because of the traffic aggression, and I don't know, some statistics say that it is listed as 5th most densely in terms of traffic, 5th position पे आती है दुनिया में, right? So the reason why there is rigidity when it comes to justice, it has to be served, and it is for the protection of people. The last thing, we have a very small demonstration, a skit to present before you. So please, thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate that, and we apologize. We have not been able to keep up with the schedule. I request the volunteers. It's a very small skit, and I'm sure you'll enjoy. Just be seated. So, just to give you a little bit of context, this is a demonstration of people live with different purposes in their lives, right? And we'd like to demonstrate people do acts of kindness. लोग जो है हमदर्दी जताते हैं लोगों के साथ, लेकिन उसके पीछे उनका मकसद क्या होता है? आइए देखते हैं. कहाँ है सर? इस्लाम भाई इसे बिठा लेंगे. नहीं सलीमान, इसे बिठा लेंगे. कहाँ गए सर भाई? फरमान बढ़िया सर. सर भी आओ. परफेक्ट आ जाओ.
हमारे स्कूल के हजरत ही हमसे मिलने देंगे.
भाई बनी बैठो बैठो. जाओ वहाँ जाकर बैठ जाओ. बनी बैठ जाओ जल्दी बैठ जाओ. भाई रती खड़ लियो. अभी आ रहा आड़ा खड़ लियो.
ठीक है जाओ.
क्या तुम्हें अंधे, तुम्हें याद रखो. सेंटर में मेंबर के पास बैठना. मेंबर के पास. चल ये ले माइक. अच्छा तुम्हारी टीम कौन है? अच्छे टोपियाँ निकालो ना. स्पीड जल्दी करो. कैमरामैन सेकंड पर्सन कौन है? ओ ब्रो जाओ जल्दी. ये लाइव हो रहा था बाजी. कैमरा ले जा भाई. कैमरा मैन ले. सेकंड भाई कैमरा ले जा जल्दी जा. कैमरा उठा ले जा. सैफ जाओ भाई, बैठो वहाँ मुराकबे में. जाओ भाई जल्दी बैठो. खामोशी से जाओ. बस रिपोर्टिंग. उठा खड़ा. जय भाई की जय. कमेंट्री जो माइक का दो भी ले ली. लाइव यहाँ है सर.
Help. We are helping our poor people. We are feeding them. We are helping these poor people. Thank you so much. Thank you.
कैमरामैन कल की पेपर में फोटो आना एमएलए साहब
Sure, sir. Sir, one pose, sir.
पूरा पकड़ ले पूरा पकड़ ले
Thank you, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why do you help this man, sir?
I have always been surrounded with targets, meetings, and deadlines. I've been a corporate person. But beyond the chaotic corporate life, this is the real joy, or this is the real happiness that I feel by helping the needy, by helping the poor. This is the real joy of life, what I get. That's why I help.
Thank you. You're so kind, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Did you take no? Oh, we got a new person. Yeah. Sir. 1 minute, sir. Sir, we need to interview, sir. Sir, please, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir. Hey. What happened, man? He ran away. Yeah, he went away, man.
It's a very simple analogy. I don't think you need rocket science to understand what just happened. क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि तीनों के मकासद में क्या फ़र्क था? What was the difference in their intentions? And I would really request the audience to speak up. And volunteers, if you could pass the mic. पहले बंदे में क्या इंटेंशन था? Interesting demonstration. जी तीनों ने ह्यूमैनिटी वाला एक्ट किया है ना? All three of them demonstrated an act of humanity. Would you all agree? जी सर, जी बताइए. शो ऑफ कैसे अंदाजा लगाया आपने कि ये शो ऑफ? जी अंदाज़ा ऐसे लगाया कि वो फ़ोटोज़ निकाल रहे थे. आज हमारी सारी ज़िंदगी कुछ प्राइवेट नहीं रहा. हर चीज़ जो है, आज बच्चा पैदा हो गया, आज मेरी शादी हो गई, हम हनीमून जा रहे हैं, अब यहाँ आ गए, वहाँ चले गए, राइट? People have this digital disease of being able to showcase what I'm doing in life, right? हर इंसान को, who doesn't want to be appreciated? Let's be honest. Who doesn't want to be appreciated? Right? Ji, thank you so much for your response, sir. Now the second scenario, उसका क्या motive था?
See, you demonstrated three people who, the first one was wanted to show off, maybe a leader who has a fan around him. The second person just helped him and took some publicity. The third person selflessly helped the person. But definitely the third person is a better person. But many in the society want to be that third person, but they want the publicity also. The that is the greed in us, and once we overcome that greed, but much more than that, what I feel is, let us do service without the concept of the Babylonian money.
Right.
Do service as barter system, wherein we share our resources, share our services, so that there is no concept of money in between, which is centralization and taxable, and also which is so people who do service at a very minimal cost of whatever service they do, be it a hotel, be it a lawyer, be it so they are the real contributors for the society, wherein they are giving service without any bias of even the money.
Very true. Very true.
So that is the value and virtue which we need to propagate in the society.
Thank you so much, sir. That's a lovely perspective, and I'm sure we can all of us subscribe to that. But that little interesting question कि मुझे मदद भी करना है और मैं चाहता भी हूँ, दिल में चाहत भी होती है कि लोगों को पता भी चले, ये ज़िंदगी भर का झगड़ा है, right? Now this is defined in Quran as ikhlas. Yes, sir, please. Suleiman? Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, I just wanted to add the same thing. The demonstration was beautiful, and I think most of us understood. It was pretty simple. The first one was obviously what most of our netas do. It was a complete publicity stunt, and in fact, the person gave him random things which he might have not even needed. Right? Not what he needed was given, and they just manhandled him and took the photo what they needed. The second person probably did it. I think the second one is a very common thing that many people do, right? Where
परेशान है, डाल दो पैसे.
And you also somewhere change पड़ा है back के अंदर, and you're okay, fine. This person looks sad and they probably have not eaten today. Or sometimes many people do the sort of guilt, right? Maybe something is running in their mind and they do it. You don't know what that person is thinking while doing the good deed. I think that's what counts when you're doing such a good deed. So the third person came, interacted with them, got to that person, there was no difference. That's what they showed. He showed that humanity, right? There's no difference between them, only the fact that he probably had the money and he did not. So he fed him, so that he tried to feed him and gave him something in his hand, and that is what moved the person rather than all the other person also gave him money and everything. But yeah, that's what moved. The gesture and the goodness in the person is what mattered at the end.
Thank you so much for that lovely analogy, ma'am. I agree with all your perspectives. The reason why we had this demonstration. Do we have another response from the ladies?
This one? Kannada we can share?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ನಾನಿದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ನಾವು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರು. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 3 ಡೆಮೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಕೊನೆ ಡೆಮೋ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಮನಸ್ಸಿಂದ ನಾವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಜ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ನಾವು ಆ ಡೆಮೋ ಅವರು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನಂಗೆ ಟಚಬಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಟಚಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ನೆಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಲೈವ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋವಾಗ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮಗೂ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರಿಗೂ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಏನಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರುವ ನಾವು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. ಆ ಡೆಮೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ.
ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು सो मच. आई एम सो सॉरी, यहाँ हमारे सरदार जी कुछ कहना चाह रहे थे. जी सर, 1 मिनट, मैं माइक पकड़ा दूँ. आई एम सो सॉरी, आई मिस्ड यू. जी सर।
सर आपने जो बताया वो डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ये तो पूरी दुनिया में चल रहा है
जी।
हर आदमी चाहता है कि मैं थोड़ी मदद करूं, ज़्यादा इसके मतलब प्रॉफिट लिया जाए।
जी।
मगर हमारे गुरु नानक देव जी ने बोले कि एक हाथ से अगर सेवा किया जाए तो दूसरे हाथ को भी पता नहीं लगना चाहिए।
जी जी,
वो रियल मायने में सेवा होती है।
एब्सोल्युटली लवली रिस्पॉन्स। और रिस्पेक्टेड गुरु नानक जी यही सबक देते हैं कि एक हाथ से अगर किसी की मदद की जाए तो दूसरे हाथ को भी पता ना हो। व्हाट अ लवली एनालॉजी। यस डॉक्टर, सॉरी फादर।
The third person, he was praying. After prayer, he went and helped. The aim of prayer and spirituality is service of humanity.
Absolutely.
And especially the poorest, outcast, marginalized, they are outside the periphery. The person who is really a blind person, who is really in need, that is prayer. Prayer means serve humanity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, these sort of gatherings bring our hearts together. You know, the concept of brotherhood is established. हमारे रहमत ग्रुप जो है जिसने इसको ऑर्गेनाइज किया उसका एक पंच लाइन है, नफ़रत की आग बुझाओ, मोहब्बत का दीप जलाओ। बस that is the effort that we are trying to establish here. Last but not the least, the purpose of life that we believe as Muslims, know your creator.
Stand in the center, so slip the wire. You can stand here.
Yeah. So the purpose of life, according to we Muslims, know your creator, trust his messenger, and follow his footsteps to be the best version of humanity. And I think Father here also added that point. It's one of the requirement for a Muslim as an article of faith that he serves humanity. And I will finish my speech by quoting one of the verses of Quran and the nearest meaning. Yes, sure. If you have killed one person, it is as though you have killed the whole of humanity. Look at the condemnation of Almighty. If you kill one person, you're not just killing one person, but you're killing the whole of humanity. Whom are you killing? You're killing the masterpiece of the grand artist, the Almighty himself. It's his masterpiece that you are messing with. एक prophetic narration है कि सारी दुनिया अल्लाह की living organisms, right? अल्लाह की अयाल है. It's like the family, right? Not attributed to like the families that we attribute to. And we have to respect not just human beings, every living creature. Now by that logic, the second part of the verse, if you have saved one person, it is as though you have saved whole of humanity, and that does not have a filter of religion. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence here. यहाँ मेरे दादाजी की उम्र के लोग भी बैठे हैं, बड़ी इज्जत आती है दिल में आपको देख करके। हमें ये बताया गया है कि जिसकी दाढ़ी सफ़ेद हो जाए अल्लाह ताला भी उनको पनिश करने से शर्माते हैं कि ये तो अभी 70 साल का बूढ़ा हो गया है। इतना Almighty is full of love. He wants to guide everybody. So thank you so much for being so patient and being such fantastic audience, and I appreciate your interaction as well. And we have one more response from young lady.
Namaskaram. This is Komal here. And thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting us all, seeing no religion, nothing. You just invited us all with open arms. So thank you so much. I bow down to you. And the thing is, my question is,
yes,
like, what is the significance of fasting during the Ramzan time?
That's a lovely question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I would love to respond to that. I'll give you a very short response. To be able to control, if you look at the benefits of fasting, right? Any rule that is established in Islam has scientific benefits, and we do not adhere to them because of the scientific benefits. They were discovered yet after. Now the reason here is you need to feel the pain of the hungry people so that you respect the food. And the more your stomach is empty, जितनी बीमारियां दुनिया में हैं ज़्यादा खाने की वजह से, आप लोग मानते हैं इस बात को? हाँ जी जी। There are many other reasons for fasting and the significance and all of that, and we have a question answer session separate for that. And if possible, if we can accommodate that, we can definitely answer all your questions. And our participants will share a link with you or a QR code or even papers that you can write your questions and direct it to us. We will try to answer all your questions. And in the interest of time, if we are running out of time, we will definitely reach out to you and share those answers. Thank you so much everybody. तहे दिल से आपका हम शुक्रिया अदा कर रहे हैं कि आप लोग बड़ी मोहब्बत से आए. मुफ्ती साहब भी एक दो बात
आपसे जो क्वेश्चन सेशन का ये पेपर देकर है उसमें QR कोड भी है, स्कैन करके आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं.
सबके पास है. अच्छा, I believe the papers have been distributed where you can scan the QR code. And those who find it difficult, जिनके लिए मुश्किल हो रही है, we're not tech savvy, हमारे volunteers सब खड़े हैं और सब मौके की तलाश में कि कोई हमें कुछ हुक्म दे दे, हम उनकी खिदमत कर लें. बस उनको आप हुक्म दीजिए, आपकी वो मदद करेंगे. You can share your questions with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right now we are just continuing. We are short of time.
Our guests from the Gurudwara are here. They have just wanted to express
Some of the points here. So it will be a brief expression from them.
वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी फतेह. Assalamu alaikum, namaskara, good afternoon. First of all, it is a pleasure for me to bring greetings and lots of love for my brothers and sisters of the Sikh faith, to all the brothers and sisters from the Muslim faith and other faiths gathered here. We would also like to express our heartfelt thanks and gratefulness for the Muslim community members, the committee members of the Masjid, and my brother, Mr. Farouz Abdullah. We claim him to be a Singh also, apart from being a Muslim. We are very grateful to you for getting us into this place. This is where I think we should be doing more of these things. If you look at the photo of our Harminder Sahib, there are 4 doors. What is the significance of the 4 doors? Anybody from any faith can come in and pay their respects or participate in the prayers. And today when you open the doors of the masjid to us, are you not doing the same thing? As we go to the church doors open to us. So this is what I think we need more and more, because some of us have got these ideas, there are some boundaries between us, that a Sikh cannot go to a masjid, a Muslim cannot go to a church. We are proving that that is wrong. The other thing which I want to express to you is that, why do we have 2 words? There was a lot of talk about faith and a lot of talk about religion.